you mean?
On this side of the camera.
It's gonna be. That's how it is. Just leave it like that. Watch your buttons.
No.
What?
Why isn't this working?
It is.
Really? All right. That's fine. That's good.
It's done. There's one.
Yeah, bring me one of your phones with this on it, in case my chat dies. There ain't no chat. Okay.
Hey, Groundhog.
What's up, Groundhog? Just getting everything situated. Boy, that's a lot different. Sure, I'm liking that at all. You behind in the air. Can you zoom out? You can zoom in.
Zoom out.
Oh no, come on. All right, well, I want to zoom back out. No, stop. Oh, there we go. I guess that's it. All right. I'm a crown.
3 likes
So,
in one person.
that's cool. Hi, you two. Hello, Groundhog.
Hey, Don and Chris.
Don and Chris. Good evening or morning. Okay, cool. Let me get my little holder.
Right here.
How's everybody doing? Hope you all are well tonight. Yeah, that looks better. Did you put it on all chat? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good, 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 good. I'm not liking that camera angle. Next time, I'll fix it. Of course, I'm not seeing what y'all are seeing, so. Okay, it looks better on the receiving end than it does on my end. Just look too cramped. Huh. Yeah, I'll get a few people up in here. I'll start our little chat for the evening. Well, one thing, today was hot. I was overdoing one of my projects today. And it was hot. I had to paint about 60 boards that are all going to be put together into a Chinese gazebo thing. But yeah, I was out using industrial strength paint all day in the sun, the heat, the humidity, the southern swimming pool. What the hell was that?
Me and Nick are gonna get into a fight.
Why?
He killed my spider.
You killed your spider.
Yeah, the little one that was in the bathroom.
Oh, a little hopper?
And I knew it. No, it was just one of the long-legged ones.
Oh.
It's been living in there forever, and it was by the toilet. Like when you're sitting on the toilet, you open the corner there, right there.
Paul Casper, how you doing tonight?
Hey, Paul.
Or this morning, or however you want to conduct it. Excuse me.
I think it's done.
Yeah, it should be. It should be done. Our grandson's pizza. We got the grandbabies for the weekend. Well, since Thursday. Something like that.
Wednesday.
There we go. That's better. Oh, by the gods. So what everybody doing this weekend? Anybody got plans? Something neat going on? Anything?
We got grandkids and pizza.
Yeah, we got grandkids and pizza. Lots of knives to cut the pizza with, though.
Nope, using a pizza roller.
I washed my wingspan the other day. Forgot it was in my pocket, so now it's squeaky clean.
Drew.
Hey, I'm in the middle of a high production situation here.
You want a little bit
We all a bunch of boring people. Nobody going, doing nothing. Oh, wait, we got one taker.
Right there.
Going fishing in about 4.5 hours. All right, so yeah, you got to wake up early or stay awake, whichever you're going to
One
do.
more?
Yeah.
Going to see the what?
Okay.
Butterflies at Wisconsin Dells. Oh, cool. That could be interesting.
Sure. Thank you.
I know the insect population is nothing what it was when I was a kid. Hey, Bando, what's going on, brother?
I was gonna eat this last one.
Glad you could stop in tonight.
But if you, I love you.
I know when I was a
If you
kid, there
finish
was-
all those and it's
Yo,
still there,
dudes.
Then you can have it.
Okay.
When I was a kid,
He was king.
monarch butterflies and the big grasshoppers. Y'all remember when you mowed a lawn, the ones were like 2 inches long, grasshoppers that you don't see anymore? Yeah. It's crazy. Ladybugs, hardly see them. I'm not talking about the Asian ladybugs they brought over here to eat the aphids. I'm talking about the American red, black dotted ladybug. Bumblebees. Bumblebees used to be throughout the yard on every little white cat flower. And I might see 2 bumblebees a year. Crazy. Yeah, firefly. Well, we've had a good burst when it first got hot and humid, but it's not like it used to be. But fireflies are cool. Especially that thing they have in Virginia. I think it's up in Virginia. In the one little area in the valley, there's a certain firefly. Comes out every year for one night or 3 nights or some shit, but it's so luminous. It's just unreal. Douglas Wagner. Yeah, I snuck up here, mommy. How you doing tonight, Doug? You guys all about knifed out yet? Between all the lives and everything on the weekends? That's why I go a little off topic. Because I'm sure you're all tired right about now about hearing what guys are put out and what Concept put out and blah, 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 blah. I go and try to find something to talk about that's more knife related, but yet cynical, sinister, maybe even compromising. But yeah, like the topic I'm going to bring up here in a few moments once we get at least one more than 7 people. Okay, Barbie's here. Now I'll be 8. Ain't easy pimping, man. I'm telling you, pimping ain't easy. What would y'all think, being serious, especially with what I know, if you woke up tomorrow morning and all shipping from China, everything stopped? What would that do to the knife? Not the community as in the knife tube community, but the knife community as a whole. What do you think that would do to the knife community if shipping was just a stop? No more goods from China till the foreseeable future. What's your take on that? Let's go, Rona. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That'll be one of the major things that'll happen. That's a gimme. Yeah, scalping would be a big deal. There's a bunch of people sitting on a bunch of shit now anyway. Oh,
Where's your chat?
I don't know. My chat's not there. For the temporary pause, please stand by.
It's not gonna let me do it.
You said that last week.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I can do it on here.
Well,
I
here.
can't.
No, you probably can't because I can't even get on it. And now that's all messed up. People would look at the knife makers in the United States. Yes, they would. But how much do you think their prices would go up? Being that they're already insanely high, in my opinion. There's no reason for a bug out to be what a bug out costs.
Yep, you can't do it on here. It's goddamn.
Cue the music. What are you doing, woman?
Nothing.
This is a highly professional,
Since
top
you're-
dollar production going on here.
I just want to know here, I guess. There we go.
Are you done? All right, cool.
I didn't know if you want to do Chris or not. I don't know.
Well, we got to roll to show, you know what I'm talking about? Can't be interrupted. A highly vital conversation here. But anyway, yeah. The reason I'm asking that question is because it's probably coming. I know this is a knife community, but yeah, bad things are happening on the old front. So I would say by Christmas, if it doesn't happen right before Christmas, it'll be right after the first of the year. Because some bad things are happening. And our government, current government, is not going to put up with it. And once the war in Taiwan starts, that's a gimme. It's done. There will be no more Chinese goods for a very long time. And that's going to happen any day, any minute. Could be happening now. Saying Black Friday. No, I was thinking more TKL. Oh yeah, that would grow. Yeah, I could see that happening. And then you got to look at it from the patriotic side of everything. Right now, I know a bunch of people right now that won't even talk to me about Chinese knives, no matter who made them, who here in the States designed them. Nothing. They don't want to hear shit about it. They don't even use a Chinese radio. As far as cell phones go, no, them people I'm talking about don't have them kind of cell phones. So no, they don't use a Chinese cell phone either. But yeah, this could be coming into some interesting times here. Just a slight update. And this has really nothing to do with politics, so who cares anyway? It's my channel, right? Do what I want. Western Europe, Germany, Poland, a couple others, and I'm sure Frankia, French will be right there with them. But yeah, they're putting boots in the ground in Ukraine. And they just lit up Moscow tonight after our government gave Zelensky the okay to go deeper into Russia with our weapons that we gave them. And that happened tonight. So yeah, they've torched up Moscow tonight. So it's just a matter of time, my friends. It's just a matter of time. What we're doing right now is probably the end of what's going to be for a long time. So, yeah. Sorry to be a bummer. But it is the truth, though. And that's everything, too. Okay, once this does happen, what's going to happen to the community itself? Are we going to have the patriots saying, oh, screw China, and we're going to throw our knives in the middle of the road and set them on fire? Or are we going to have the guys that just, you know, what do you think's going to happen there? Once shit does go down and everybody's got a house full of Chinese knives, and then you got that aspect of it where certain people can be at your house, checking your papers, see Chinese knives, and now all of a sudden you're a Chinese spy, or be connected to a Chinese knife company. Yeah, ground probe. Yep. Yeah. Europe's one piece of work, I'll tell you. I don't know. But anyway, that was kind of my topic tonight. What the hell will we all do? Everything just shut down. I mean, hell, I would say 70% of the knife community is Chinese knives. There's really not enough new models of American-made knives every few months to keep 200 reviewers going. So I don't know. Kind of interesting. Of course, I'm sure we'll all be busy with other things going on if well, not if, but when everything turns to shit. So yeah. Anybody got any thing they want to bring up? Anything they want to talk about? Any ideas? Anybody get a new knife? Oh yeah, yeah, that they have. I'll throw this out here one more time. These are cool. I like them because they fit right in your little EDC pouches. If you have one of them carry-on pouches, my camera will focus. Yeah, I know. Use your hand. I'm in an awkward position. But anyway, this rock tool, the single-sided, does everything the big one does except for pliers. Still has the bit right there. Wow, not liking this camera situation at all. Next week it'll be different. Yeah, they're a pretty good little tool for a one-sided thing. Just for what I do. I mean, I don't know though. When I ride my bike and shit, this could come in handy for tightening things up on the bicycle, shit like that. A little toolkit. Yeah, they're cool. They have a new version 2 coming out. It's gonna be a little lighter. They just hit me up during Blade Show. Was telling me about it. So yeah, they're cheap too. I think last time I advertised this on the channel, they were 17 something. I think they're back up maybe to 21 now, but they're right around the $20 mark. And you can't beat that for this thing. Whatever happens with, the name escapes me, the steel plant that was closed to Whatever happened to the name escapes me, the steel plant that closed and was going to affect the knife sector here. PMC or whatever it was out of Buffalo up there. But what had happened was the company in Sweden bought all the recipes, not so much the company, because the rest of the steel company went to Buffalo, some other Buffalo steel company.
Wild wings.
But your knife blades, from what I gather, went to Sweden to where they will be a lot better. Their cryo and their cleanliness is next to none. I mean, they're so anal retentive about everything they do over there that it can't be. There's no way they can make it worse. They can only make it better. And we're probably not going to see any steel from there for at least 6 months to a year that are actually been put on blades, unless you know for a fact it's been done. I'm talking just general product.
Okay.
What's going on?
She wants the GO.
Oh, well, I just had her outside.
No, she wants to go, you know.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
Clickety, click, click. Click, click.
But yeah, I mean,
Clickety, click, click.
it's going to be a
click,
while before you're going to see any steel out of Sweden. So,
Hold on.
what's up, Brown Sugar? Congrats on your win.
Hey, Shug.
After 6 times of spinning the damn thing. Bees had a thing where if you went in one of his week-long videos,
Yeah.
made a comment on the video that he's just picking random videos and then giving a prize away. And he was doing a concept tonight. She won a pretty nice concept.
Sweet.
Concept, however you want to say it.
Congrats, girl.
But the 3 people ahead of her weren't there. They were just actual commenters of the original video, apparently. But that's how you win. That's a nice win, too. It's a nice knife. I forget the name of it already, but yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I gotta go get my shoes.
Yeah, well, the dog's giving me a hard time
Yeah,
here.
I know why.
By default, Apollo. I wouldn't say default. I mean, you won it fair and square. They weren't there. Boo to them. I think it's cool. I like it when people we know win. Because you see the same names in the chats, the same channels every day, in and out. And in all reality, you guys are the ones that keep the channels going. The same 200-300 that just keep following every channel. You know?
She's frisking up on me.
Oh, yeah, you should see what she was doing earlier.
Why?
I don't know. She's all weirded out about something. I don't know. She ate a gummy or something. I don't know. But what was I talking about now?
I literally didn't know you were drinking.
Yeah, I bet it did. Yeah, it was a nice knife.
I got you, Beach.
Concept's got some good shit. They really do. I mean, they got some wild,
Did you say what the name of the knife was?
far out, wild looking stuff, all the way down to just really mean looking stuff and military looking stuff,
Here.
and just your everyday old stuff. Hell, I got a few of them. I actually like their lines, both of them Tenable and Concept. And I like the deal too that if you see a knife, say Concept come out with like the Fenrir, and but yeah, you will want to spend 150 or 180 bucks for the Concept version. Tenable picks it up, puts my card on it, maybe downgrades the steel or maybe even upgrades the steel depending on your liking, and puts it for half price of that. So that's cool too, I think.
Hey, well, I'm gonna take her and
That's fine.
you have to put him out after we leave.
Okay. Didn't know we were doing all this in the middle of this, but okay, fine.
Well, you put them out anyway in the middle of everything.
They were all just out right before I lit this thing up.
Watch this, Marty.
Okay, is he gonna do tricks?
Come on, Peach.
Come on, Pee-Pee.
Come on. Come on.
Where's she at?
Laying here.
Oh.
Stay there, Jack.
Yeah. Calm down, everybody. Got to get a few hours sleep. Yeah, I bet you do. Have a great night. Thanks for stopping in, man. Appreciate it. Catch a big one. So what y'all doing now? It's your show. Say something, damn it. This is your guys' turn. Say whatever you want. Ask whatever you want. Kind of like one of them, put a quarter in the machine and get your future. Or whatever. It wouldn't be interesting to see some sort of deep dive on the analytics and engagement and the carry over the actual profit based for knife companies. Yeah, I mean, you could basically do it yourself. It would take a minute to get all the info and data. But I mean, it's kind of basic. If they're charging, say 200 for a knife, their employees make so much an hour. Then you got to think of the higher ups in the office, the white collars. What do they make a year? Then you got your all your utilities, electric, water, sewer. Factor that in. That alone right there, I can tell you right now, that's probably why American knives are so damn high. Freaking utilities. Holy shit, man. Yeah, water and sewer here for me is like more than my freaking electric bill. It's crazy. Yeah, come on, dog. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, come on. I'm in the middle of a show here. Really? 1 second, guys. This is kind of shit that makes you just want to say fuck it. By the gods. All right. Anyway, where was I? Oh, company thing. Yeah, and all the payout and whatnot. Yeah. I mean, they're making bucks. They wouldn't be doing it if they weren't. And I'm sure the higher ups are making good bucks. Because I've heard a lot of stories from knife companies, people that have worked for Chinese and American knife companies said they didn't make squat. Now, I'm not talking about designing knives, the designer. I'm talking literally on the floor building the knives or whatever their department was. So, and all the ones that say that are now designers for some big ass company. So, I don't know. Will we ever know the truth? Will we ever? Probably not. All right, Paul. Now that I just seen that now. There's a disappearing thing on here. I remember I found it before. Okay. It's funny, every time you use YouTube, it's a different challenge. One day the buttons are there, and next week they're not there. They're trying something new, or never send you an email or nothing like, hey, we're doing something here. Here's how you catch up. Either everybody went away or chat froze. So if knife companies have to say advertising, where do you think they would do it? First, I have to understand the question. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. I mean, advertising is a big part of it, depending on how big your company is and how you want to do it. I mean, you can get free advertising through us, through Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Anybody send them a knife, they'll throw it up there, blah, 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 blah. And they're going to, I don't care who you are, me included. I say things about knives because they sent them to me. Instead of the old-fashioned way of buying them and doing a review. No, I didn't go outside of a boundary of saying if there was something wrong with a knife, I didn't say it. I wouldn't do that. No, hell no. I'd like to find something wrong with a knife. But all the ones I've ever really viewed, there's really been nothing wrong with them. I mean, they're functional, working pocket knife or fixed blade. So, and the ones I have had that were bad, I said they were bad. Like the one the other night, as a matter of fact, on Barbie's channel. How it was so opening and closing of the knife was so choppy. And it's because of, well, I haven't taken it apart yet, but I'm sure it is because I looked down inside with a flashlight and it kept going. But the Damascus pattern they had in the blade, which is protruding from the blade, they didn't grind it smooth and then acid wash it and make it pop that way. It's kind of got ridges all through the blade. They didn't grind the back tongue part of it smooth. And then so the bearings are hitting just about every one of them little bumps. Hypothetically, if they had to cut advertising, okay, do you think YouTube would feel it and how bad? Well, yeah. I mean, if they're cutting advertising to us, yeah, we would feel it bad. I mean, we wouldn't have nothing really. Well, I would. I still have shit to talk about, but I don't know. But if you're talking about on the outside, if they cut their advertising, then I think YouTube's would go up because they would be looking more towards us. Or am I on the wrong path of what you're trying to ask? Hypothetically, if they had to cut advertising, do you think YouTube would feel it? Oh, yeah. I understand what you're saying now. Yeah. Oh, well, hell yeah. As a matter of fact, there was a little upstir back in end of last year, beginning of this year. Somebody said they went to Kaiser, who they've worked with in the past, and asked for their new line that was coming out for their channel. And they said they weren't doing YouTube for a while. They were doing more TikTok or some shit, they said, or Instagram, one of the two. I don't know. But yeah, I guess they told the guy, the YouTuber, that no, we're going to a different platform. So yeah, I mean, if they were all to do it, yeah, there wouldn't be many of us left. I would be here because I'd still be here on a Friday night annoying people. I'm just kind of doing this just see what anybody wants to talk about, really. I mean, knives are the basis. but you can, voice your other opinions as well.
My lighter.
Right here. One you told me to watch. Here. I just lit that. You can take that with you. Now I gotta find mine. And then here, once it cools down a little bit, we'll see about getting this cart out a little bit now. Around a couple festivals up here at the top of the hill. Get some lively action going on. Yeah, I don't care if there's 10 of you, 50 of you. I'll still sit around bullshit for a couple hours. If we didn't have to deal with the dogs. We're moving my cart. Where'd you go? Oh, there you go. Dude. Really, dude? Yeah, just run away, coward. Yeah, I have more fun with myself. Oh, shit. Well, this isn't seeming to be a very good evening. A little late there, Barb. I think you said goodnight when you first left. Keep forgetting about this little guy. This is a concept. Yeah. It's like a Bic lighter reversed. Ow! Well, that's hard to do in the camera. Yeah, that's not fun at all unless you're looking at it. Huh. Oh, well. Yeah, nice little smooth top flipper deal. That's all it's got. You'd think this would be from Tenable, though, by the way it looks. And the materials used. Sure that's not carb. No, that's G10 all day long. And I'm sure steel liners. Yeah, steel liners. So yeah, that's kind of crazy. Unless it's a real older model. All right, Darth Vader, knock it off. 154. Pretty good blade steel. I can dig it. Yeah, but he wants the bayonet. It's not a bayonet, Barb. I can't even do that tonight. That's sad. There we go. But he wants the one that's like a triangle. You'll have to talk to him about that. Because I did look for him at Blade Show because they are ready, available. But this is an antique show. It was a Blade Show. So he's looking more for antique. Man, when I was a kid, that's all you could find was bayonets. There was bayonets everywhere. World War One. Oh, hell, even Civil War shit everywhere. Bayonets were big when I was a kid. Back in the 60s and 70s and early 80s. Everybody had a bayonet sitting in their house from some grandfather, dad, or uncle's war or some stuff. There's bayonets everywhere. Hell, I even had a couple when I came home. They traded them off or whatever. Who knows what even happened to them? I know my military box, to this day, I cry. Me and a past girlfriend were breaking up and living together, and we decided peacefully, nonchalantly, to go our separate ways. So I bought a quarter barrel of beer and invited all my buddies up to help me move, and outside was a dumpster, and I told them, what's on the right side of the house? Dumpster. What's on the left side of the house? Pickup truck. Woke up next morning. First thing I went to look for was my military box just to make sure it made it there. And sure enough, it didn't. So I made a few phone calls, got some drunk bastards out of bed. And they proceeded to tell me, yeah, I think I accidentally threw that in the garbage. So I ran up to my house, to where I used to live, and when you know it, I was 25 minutes late from the garbage truck picking that dumpster up. Every photograph, every medal, every paper award, every record, except for my DD 214 and a couple other things I have in a safe box, gone. Gone. Nothing I can do about it. Not a damn thing. Yeah, that pisses. Out of all the shit I've lost in my life, that 6 years I've definitely lost now. It's just my memories. Oh, that was a trip. I looked down at Don and Chris's little emoji thing there, their thing. And with the way it looked with the light and then the brown top like a mushroom, I was like, what? Is that a nuclear blast? Shit. Got that on the mind a lot lately. Stock up on them dry goods, buddies. Get them rice and starchies all hidden away. Spam, lots of spam. What was it? They found one can of spam they hadn't found. It was like 80 years old, still good. There's one state in the United States that eats they eat more spam than all the 48 put together, 49. Anybody know what that state is? Anybody in here from that state? This is true fact. They ate more spam than all 49 states put together. Yep, exactly. Yep, they like their spam. Spam and pineapple, I guess. I don't know. Spam kebabs. I like spam. I have nothing against it. Yeah, I know what it is. Yep, Hawaii. All right, I got another scientific question for y'all since y'all think you're a bunch of smart asses. What's the only liquid that isn't wet? And what I mean by that is you can put your hand in a bucket of it, pull your hand right back out, and your hand will not be wet. And it is liquid. Shit. Oh, that was before the Hawaii answers. No. No. What you think? Nah. Shit. Do, 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 do. Yep. Just as I went, do. Yep, exactly correct. Correct, Monday. Now we're learning something. Damn it. Ground fog on a roll. Oh, shit, guys. Come on. Liven this place up a little bit. Get some music going. Somebody play a tune. Can't be this bad. I'll start going back to verticals. At least they had the trolls to play with. I don't mind. Like I said, I don't give a shit. What are you doing?
Just going outside.
Just going outside. $5, man. Door's whole. $5 to get out the door. Been a strange year. Really. I don't know. It just feels really weird. Like something's off. Yours, right? I don't understand that one, Groundhog. If you're talking about my war room, yeah, that's only on Facebook. 65 degrees in July. Wow, I wish I was there. Double that. That's what it was here today almost. I think it felt like it anyway. It was like 98. Heat index 101 or some bullshit until the damn wind kicked up towards the end of the night. But I was already done by then. I can't stand them stagnant soup, thick air, humidity out the butt. Well, not even humidity now they're calling it dew point. But yeah, when the dew's that thick in the air, when you're trying to paint, your paint is actually thinning out as you're using it in midair because there's so much moisture in the air. Yeah. Louisiana was the worst though. The worst state I ever been in for humidity. It was either raining or raining. I was there. Not that, in the, I mean, it wasn't raining, but when you walked outside, you were getting wet anyway. It's just nasty. I mean, I'm sure the people that grew up there love it and everything. The whole thing with the bayou and the swamps and all that. That'd be cool as hell growing up there. I think it would. But when I've traveled, where I've traveled and settled in places, yeah, that's not one of them. I like dry heat. Dry heat doesn't bother me. Although dry heat will screw your water shit up faster than anything else. Yeah, I feel it too. Things feel that there's, yeah. Yeah, and that's not even talking about politics at this point. It doesn't even make it to there and things are already off. I know politics are off. Politics been off since shit. Since before I was born. Like right before I was born. Right after World War II. Everybody got paranoid and started all that weird laws and gun laws and spying laws and yes you can and no you can't, and it just got worse and worse and worse. Each little conflict, each little whatever you want to call that shit that happened on 9/11, shit like that, and then you find documents 20 years later. Oh yeah, here's a plan called Riptide. Yeah, they're going to crash planes into the New York City buildings and stuff back in 1967 and all this shit to go to war with Cuba and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I work for the government too. Half my life went to government service. It was either military, county, state, or local. I worked for the government in one way or the other. And yeah, I know how they work. When you give anybody power, anybody, even myself, even thyself, there will be a time you will abuse that power. I don't care who you are. Some just like to abuse it more than others. And there's several layers of abusement. So, but anyway. Yeah, it just really feels off. I don't know. I mean, here we are 5 months into Christmas already. Things are going by real quick. Operation, so many. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's just sad that nobody can do nothing. It is so idiotic. All of it is so idiotic. I don't understand any of it. I'm sorry. I mean, I do. I know why, but I can't explain it to you. It's real weird stuff, including presidents that wear dresses and all kinds of shit. Um, I don't know. It sucks. I thought we'd be in Jetson cars by now, man. I always say this. Back when I was in the 80s, 70s mostly, back when the first space movies and shows first started coming out, I took right to it. My dad was a sci-fi nut. Um, he was probably one of the first conspiracy theorists in the world, to be honest with you. Um, but he was also government, so he had his reasons. Um, but yeah, yeah, the old man. Yep, aliens are real, and they are. I've seen one, not an alien, but their thing. I haven't run into anybody that hasn't seen something strange in the sky. That especially with me knowing what is supposed to be in the sky, what they do. You know, I was highly trained. Millions of dollars were spent on me to observe things like this. And yeah, when I see something that doesn't do what it's supposed to, with a lot of reasons, scientifically and everything else, yeah. But that's another day conversation. I bet they got some killer steel. Everybody's talking about what would you, everybody's always, I want a meteor. I want a hull of a spaceship from an alien world. That's what I want. And if that son of a bitch can change shapes as you need it, imagine that. Okay, your tang has feelers on your scales on the outside of the tang. And say you're okay, I'm gonna chop a tomato. So you push the front little area up there, and it comes out to be like a tomato slice and blade. Never got to worry about a dolling, nothing. And then you might be out camping with your kids next weekend or something. Oh, need an axe. Programmable steel. We need programmable steel. We need it now. I mean, they're already working with powder steel and compressing it at high temperature and high compressions and blah, 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 blah. They're already turning dead people into diamonds by compressing in high heat. So, why not programmable metal? Oh, yeah. Yep. No quarrel with that one, Don and Chris. No quarrel with that one at all. That's pretty much one of my experiences. Just happened to be checking out the sun one day. I was 12ish, sitting on the ridge of a little mountain we lived in. And I was watching out over what used to be a dirt track for race cars. And I was up on the ridge looking out over towards the sun right before sunset type of deal. And I mean, this thing was hundreds of miles away, whatever it was. And it was a ball, metallic ball. It made a big glisten in the sunlight. You could see the sun shining off of it as it moved, kind of slow. Well, to me it was slow, but to them it was pretty fast because behind them was two F4 Phantoms. And now we're talking back in the early 70s. Yeah, 674, 75, this happened. So, yeah, same deal. But it was way off in the distance, but it was so clear. There was the two black dots with white trails right behind this big silver ball. And then it finally went behind the clouds and they kind of turned to the right before the clouds. But yeah, they were way far away. But that ball was still the size of, I don't know if you held some up in the air to be about that big. I don't know. probably the backside of a push pin, sewing needle pin type thing. That's pretty big when you're that far away, if you understand what I'm saying. But yeah, seen that. Well, I mean, come on. Really? On this earth alone, there's so many species of critters. We haven't even seen them all yet. You really think out of all them stars and planets out there, there's nothing else living out there that's either A, more intelligent, or B, not as intelligent? Whatever. I mean, I'm sure there's planets with just nothing but animal life. And then there's planets with nothing but alien life, whatever the hell they would be. You know, every planet, the whole solar system has to do with what you are going to look like, how far you are from the sun, all that. You know, it's crazy. Like right now, if our planet was 10 or 15 miles this way to 10 or 15 miles this way, it would be a totally different planet. You know, it's that delicate of a system. Even our ozone layer, you know, poof, once that gone, we're gone. And it ain't that thick. I mean, you can like literally get an airplane and go right to the bottom of the ozone shit. And yeah, you can see the buffer zone. Ain't a lot of it. Crazy talk. I don't know about crazy talk, but it's talk. No, you're right. Totally right. Well, there's also I wouldn't say old. I think they found them in the 90s, early 90s, and released them to the public. They were going to clear out all the national forests of humans, no matter what town was in there, what leases they had, anything, clear them all out. And they're moving everybody from the south to Great Lakes. I forget the operation. This was Operation something or another. Some CIA bullshit back in the day. But yeah, they were going to move everybody to Great Lakes. And then basic socialism would take over. And depending on your status is where you'd live and work and play and whatnot. And while the higher ups would have all this land to themselves. Basically, what they were, and they were planning a pandemic during the whole thing, and it's a long, drawn ass story. I'm sure you guys seen all the controversy bullshit on YouTube, just like everybody else, or even prior to this, you know, even before YouTube, they've been talking about. So, you know, what can you do? The only thing is, this time they're gonna fucking do it. But it's got out of control. The whole system, everything's got out of control. The Muslims have totally dominated Western Europe now. They have moved in, taken over. They're running about 48 to 50% of certain areas through the whole Western Europe bloc. The only one that made any, y'all gonna call me crazy, but the only one that made any sense out of all this, and it started back in the Olympics, a couple Winter Olympics ago, where this all started, right now what we're dealing with, the whole Putin thing and everything, is Putin was totally against all that shit, letting all them Middle Eastern people come up into Europe and all that, and A lot of other things he was protesting. That's why apparently they got thrown out of the Olympics or whatever the hell it was for not observing gay rights. Okay, said something to do with that. And that was another thing Putin had to bitch about. There's too much of that shit going on. The immorality of what he was seeing on a Western basis, like the parades and everything, which are totally fucking uncalled for. I'm sorry. You want to be with a same-sex person? Fine. Go do it, man. Have fucking have a great time. Whatever you got to do it. But don't shove it down our throats like we have to be like you. That's not going to happen. But anyway, it's funny everything he's kind of fighting for the old ways in his mind. I mean, when you listen to a lot of his things, it's like, well, I tried to tell President so-and-so this and President so-and-so that, and, y'all were supposed to help us once the wall fell, and we were going to have a McDonald's on every corner, and y'all just blew us off, and all this shit. So he's butthurt for one, because the West didn't turn him into a utopia like he thought they were gonna, since he did everything they have. Well, not Putin, but Gorbachev. Long story short, not glorifying nothing, just giving you two sides to a story. There's one thing I like to do, and that's tell stories. I do. Stories are cool. Either my chat froze, or my live quit, or y'all left. It says 6, but I'm not believing it. All right, there's 6 people in here. I want to see the 6 people that are in here, put up 1 in the chat. Please. I hear you. There's a lot more to things than... Yeah, there is. Point finger. Bad man. Yeah, I'm trying to get my chat to work on my screen. I'm falling asleep. Good night. All right, Don and Chris. All right, good night. I'm sorry. Maybe next time. All right, Brown Sugar's still here. She's probably still giddy, all wired up from that last win. That win was cool. Congratulations. It's not like a good win. You know what I mean? You wait so long. Yeah, you might win this knife or that knife. But there's that one knife. It's just like, yeah, I actually won that knife. It's a good feeling. Yeah, I'm putting him to sleep, Barb. All right, well, shit. Let's get into knives then. This thing here, I'm telling y'all right now. You got to get one. They're so fun to play with. It's a sin cut. Squiggle. Squiggy. Whatever. And it's a button lock that doesn't stick. It is so easy to flick. And on top of that, here's your tenable bomber. And here's your squiggles. Oh, shit. Never dealing with that again. Oops. Still can't do it. Oh, come on. Get about even. Anyway, the squiggles is bigger. But I think we measured 1/2 inch. But it's a good size. I think they're like $43, $44. Something like that. But hey. Dean P. Oh. Sneaking up in here like that. What's going on, Dean? Seen you in a while. Guys, quit. Knock it off. Hey, Barb. I got a problem here, guys. Hold on a second.
What?
She's getting up on him. And he's flipping out about it.
Stop it. Maybe something's wrong with him. Or maybe she's trying to get him off the blanket.
I don't know, but she was like all up on him like she did with Daisy. And then he started fucking screaming.
What's your problem?
He knew what's up. Sorry, guys. I had a little dog issue here. Like, one was finally telling the other one, move on. And the other one wasn't having it. Okay, anyway. I'm on the monster again. Okay, cool. Oh, shit. I just remembered. I have ice cream. Ice cream, Monster, and Dean P. This ain't going to mix well.
Peach, why don't you come in
Does
here
anyone
again?
have a Puma knife?
Well, everybody calms down.
They're pretty cool. I want one. You know what, dude? That's funny you didn't mention that. Wow, I hadn't even thought of that for many, many moons. Puma knife. No, I don't have one. But yeah, wow. I remember that being a deal. Yeah.
Why are they getting on your pizza?
Yeah, well, put it in the refrigerator for me or something.
Oh.
Y'all, I'm telling you, man. Don't take my word for it. Y'all need one of these. Beg, borrow, steal from your grandmother, whatever you got to do. This thing is so smooth. I can't get over it. I mean, if y'all ever meet me at Blade Show, I'll tell you the honest to God truth. But I'm not talking about this knife. I'm talking about knives in general. But this knife impressed me. The lines, the contours, the smoothness of the action. And this is even a second. Yeah. And the price. And it's not a small knife. Yeah, it's kind of tall wise. It's not, but but it's not real super thin. It's got the back spacers. Everything. I'm gonna get me a silver one too. I gotta have one. See how that feels. But yeah, this little bastard's cool. Luke, you did a damn good job, brother. Yes, you did. I like how the tip, pivot. Right down the line. Yep. Oh, I love old knives. I got a bunch underneath this little cabinet right here that I'm going to restore. That if you guys checked out my Instagram or any of my other platforms, I've got pictures of it, of them, older knives. I have one right here. Now, yeah, I know they're kitchen knives, but they're really old. There's this one. And yeah, it does have the name of the company and everything on it. This one is a Forge Craft Carbon Steel something or another. And something about being made in USA or some shit. But anyway, yeah, this is old stock. Then this one I had to use a barbecued rib bone on to replace the handle. This is an old cutter. You want to talk about temper? About bend this thing in half. And then it comes right back every time. Yeah, they were my great grandmother's. And I think that one was my great grandmother's mother's knife. That one long, where the hell it was. And I got a couple down underneath that I'm restoring, trying to put back in. I don't suck for old knives. I don't know. I just like old knives. Well, like this one here. This one's old. This little old peanut thing here. This is a saber made in 74 after I dug it up from Japan. And if you know your old knives, you know sabers. This stuff here is, I think, the same shit the guitar picks are made out of, because after years, they shrink. And from the bolster to the pommel on this side, let me see if I can get it to, which side's my camera? Okay, over here. You can see where it's pulled from the bolster and the pommel. But on this side, it hadn't. Well, it's not as bad as the other side. It's still pretty flush. Yes, very highly flammable DP. Yeah, that stuff was banned in several hundred countries and all kinds. Yeah, you want to take, you know what? I have surprised no prepper / survivalist has ever said, carry guitar picks in your pocket. Because they are so flammable, it's pathetic. They should be in everybody's survival kit. What's up, Dwayne Letterman? What's going on, brother? You know us. We're just talking shit late night. Nothing about nothing. Just, hey, we got some knives. We got some theories. We have some thoughts. We have some prayers. Let's talk. That's what we do on the Rolf channel. Now I'll be able to see who's in here. Everybody say hi to Dwayne. Oh, what a long week it's been. I don't know about y'all. It's just been one of them weeks, man. Just, there wasn't 5 minutes to sit down. There was always something going on. Nothing major, nothing turmoil-wise, but just business. Business. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you put any little flame to a guitar pick, actually, I'm sure if you, it burns about the same speed as regular powder does today. Modern gunpowder burns about the same speed. I'm sure if you crushed a bunch of that shit up and put it in a pipe, it'd do the same effect. Not like black powder, because black powder is highly, highly reactive. I'll never forget my buddy, man. He got one of them pirate pistols back in the day where you had to build it yourself, sand it down, the whole 9 yards. I think it was like 50 caliber or some shit ball shot. 45 maybe, I don't know. But he poured a little bit of that powder on the ground before he even shot the gun, just to see what the powder would do, And yeah, never shot his pistol that day because he burnt 3 of his fingers about half off. Yeah, my week has sucked in the past few days, but getting better. Well, hope you have a better weekend, DMP. I really do, bro. Ain't nothing worse than crashing into a weekend all fucking hopped up. I'm not going to say a word. We all adults. Please go out and buy 500 of these. Anybody? All right, 300. Yeah, it's right in that brown sugar. What do you think? Although I remember one not too long ago. These scissors are ass kicking once you figure out how to use them. You gotta wait to hear the click. Then you can use them. And they're really nice too. Really strong. Like you get nice thumb work. Who makes them things? These things are made by them rock toll people. Over down the holler. Yeah, them rock tolls. Them rock tolls, they know how to make things like this. This damn. What? I'm in the middle of a show here, dude. Puppies. Gotta love them. But yeah, they're pretty cool. I showed a bunch of people at Blade Show. And they were like, I never heard of that company and this, that, and the other. And a couple guys even put them in their phones to check out once they got home because if anybody's been to Blade Show, you know, it's like 90 miles an hour. And if you want to reminisce about anything, once you get done doing Blade Show, you'll have to have it on record. Otherwise, you would totally fucking forget about it. Yeah, it's a good tool. For the price, hell yeah. I'd give my endorsement. Yep, all day long. Like I said, especially them scissors. Now they sent us the first set they sent us. Adult, who an adult was the big plier ones and everything. If y'all remember, and we sent them off to Jimmy. Jimmy said one day he liked them, so we gave them to Jimmy, Mr. Jimmy Crow. Yeah, we did. Sent them off to him. But then one day, when you all have this one. If I could ever ship the shit out I have now. Don't worry, guys. It's coming. You ain't got nothing to worry about with us. Yeah, they're really... And the new ones, like I was saying earlier, the new ones are going to be lighter because there's going to be more titanium involved. And then you all know about they could interchange blades and tools, and just like the high dollar ones that are charging $250 a unit now. Yeah, these guys are doing it for way under that, like $50. So same origin, same probably area, probably same damn company. Who knows? Vanderlip, what's going on? It's good to see you. Hey, I hope I ain't bugging you too much on them giveaways. If you are, just tell me and I'll stop using your name. Yeah, if anybody has a problem with me using your name on Instagram for giveaways, whatnot, let me know now. And I will not do that because I know how irritating it might be if you have your settings set to notifications and you're always getting these notifications from idiots trying to get a giveaway of some kind. Which is how I got it because somebody sent it to me. Kind of like a chain mail thing. All good? All good. Cool. Yeah, I'll keep sending them to you, man. I mean, I've won a couple. I don't know about y'all. It was funny, though, was when I first started Instagram. I won a Boker. I think it was a Boker. Fixed blade. And Barb won two things, but she won, it was not knife oriented. It was like a coffee mug set with some more gourmet coffee shit. And she won something similar, but it was candies or something. I don't know. Some other shit she won off Instagram. But I won the fixed blade knife. I won something else on Instagram. Can't remember. It was a knife. But anyway, and a couple other things not knife related. Like that 45 holster that we finally figured out. Oh, I hear you, Greg. I hear you. I'd like to see y'all's name up there one day, man. Hey, come on, dudes. Bring a little show here. How many more times I got to say this?
I hope you're not having no giveaway or nothing.
What, you going upstairs? All right. I ain't gonna be much longer. What time is it? 1:43. I started at 12:30. So okay, I'm only an hour or something into it. So yeah,
It says it
maybe.
right there, an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay, an hour and 20 minutes. Maybe another 20 minutes. I don't know. Who knows? Depends on what happens.
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
All right. Night.
Night. Night, everybody.
Barbie says night, guys. I want a TKE opportunity. I think it was coming tomorrow. And a Damascus knife and Gerber pepper. Oh, yeah, I heard about that bit. I slept in. I do these Friday nights with you guys, and yeah, I have a couple drinks while I'm doing it, you know. So yeah, I'm not getting up at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's probably almost daylight before I get to bed after this anyway. So yeah, I used to rock with TKE a lot in the mornings. Hell, I was one of his first, not his first, but one of his first paid subscribers. And I think I'm still a mod there, last I knew. But I just don't really get a chance to go into his lives in the mornings, on Saturday mornings, because of that. And now that I've got into this part of it and helping Barb with her channel and everything else, you know, we've backed off a lot of the lives for lots of reasons. Not because we don't like hanging out with anybody or anything. It's just we're trying to build something over here, and we don't want to be taking away something that you could have got. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a weird thing. I don't know. Probably not. Neil. Somebody said Neil. Must be a Neil in here somewhere. No, there's one. Neil McKenzie. The one, the only, the great Neil McKenzie. Y'all need to watch that show if you haven't already. I'm sure most of America has. Yeah, it's got some kind of like a lot of romance novel shit in it, but it's still a good show. The hell's it called? Yeah. Yeah. Frasier's the freaking Frasier people. You know what show I'm talking about. It's been like the most popular show in the last 10 years. Outlander. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll be right with you. I just gotta grab a swallow here. A swallow. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I was talking to G-Ball earlier. He seems to be having a blast with all this shit he's doing. He's had, what, 3 lives this week during the weekday? Pretty good shit. I was supposed to go to bed a while ago. I had to smash some people away the buttons. Oh, I hope everyone has a good time, fun time. And beats tomorrow, probably. All right, Greg. All good, brother. I appreciate you coming in and smashing them thumbs ups and all that good stuff. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I noticed my hand pops in weird places lately. It's called age. Yeah, to hear the pops I get in the morning. I've done a lot of shit to my body. I mean, shit that's not normal. I thought I was gonna be a stuntman when I grew up. So my first 17 years of my life was catching myself on fire and blowing fire and wrecking bikes on fire. Yeah. And then I joined the military and my life thoughts changed a wee. Still want to be a stuntman, but I'm paying for it now, trust me. There ain't a vertebrae between my neck and spine or buttocks that ain't either blowed up, out of place, in the wrong place, scarred, spinal stenosis, arthritis that's a half an inch thick, usual bullshit when people hit 60 years old. I once broke my hand, which I think is why it does that. Oh yeah, it could be. I worked at a steel factory. Well, all right, let's put it this way. I worked at a fabrication plant, and we built anything you wanted out of steel. And I had 3 machines I ran, which was the rollers, the brake, which the brake bends metal, for those of you who don't know what a brake is, and the shears. So I'd cut the pieces, make the pieces, bend the pieces, and then give them to the welders, and they'd weld the shit together. All of a sudden, my fingers and my middle fingers, the 2 middle fingers, started not closing all the way. And then once they did, they would stick. And then to open them, it was like pop. It was like you had to literally use 2 hands to open your fingers. And at first I thought it was a winter thing because up there we had 6 months of winter, just about. And so I thought it was something to do with my fingers because I got frostbite not frostbit to where they went black and all that, but bad. I thought it was all over that. Well, here's some kind of hereditary bullshit. It's actually went away. Because for a long time, I couldn't even play guitar. I was so pissed off trying to play because the 2 middle fingers wouldn't work at all. And if they did, they would lock down. So I'd literally have to pull it up with another finger. I mean, it was a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, machinist arthritis, yeah. That was where I was getting to there, Dean Pay. That's where I was getting to. But yeah. Ain't a lot of us left that worked the old ways. We worked with our hands. We worked in the earth, sky. Now everything's done by push a button. Most things. Not like it was back in the day. I mean, cell phones. Cell phones is a trip to me because when my one boss came to me with cell phones, he's like, here, it's a company cell phone. This is what you can do. This is what you can't do. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right. And this wasn't until the mid-90s. So it'd been around a while. I don't know. I just knew then and there that shit was going to get bad. Because now they can keep track of you. And of course, once again, that happened. Back when I was doing my little stint as a truck driver. When I first started truck driving, it was log books. That was it. You stopped at a pickle park or a truck stop. And for those of you who know who a pickle park is, good to you. But stop there or a truck stop. You made a phone call to the company or a dispatcher. You got addresses and how to get there. Then you looked on your Rand McNally map. on the best way to get into that company. And that's how you did it. Now it's all right there in front of you. Pretty crazy. China's wire, see, shuts down. Yeah, well, China's been doing some really dumb shit lately. Better get to bed myself. Got to meet up. There you go, Dean. No problem there, brother. This is just one of them places to finish off the night, you know. Maybe you got something to say, maybe you don't. One of them nights, you know. Maybe this is that night. You don't have nothing to say. Have a good night. We appreciate you. Have a great weekend. But yeah, the whole China thing and that shit they were doing just recently in the last couple of weeks to the efforts in the Middle East. Yeah, that's bullshit. I mean, okay, Putin's bitching because we're giving Ukraine weapons to shoot in deeper into Russia. So now China's giving Iran missiles to shoot deeper into, you know what I'm saying? And then they're also shooting red lasers at reconnaissance aircraft from NATO that's patrolling that area and trying to keep the shipping lanes clear. And then China just did 157 sorties to Taiwan Island the other day with their jet fighters. You know, it's just going to happen, man. And all this Chinese knife stuff is going to like poof overnight. It's going to be gone. And I'll be stuck with guys like I used to be. Cut them out of an old saw blade from a sawmill or pound one out from a file or stuff like that. Donnie's business will boom. There's a good outcome. It's going to do more than that, Dean. It's going to do more than scare a lot of people. I mean, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but my intelligence is pointing before Christmas. And if it ain't before Christmas, it'll be directly after the New Year. According to what plans are right now, Western Europe's putting troops on the ground in Ukraine within the next 60 days. So once NATO troops hit Ukraine, Putin can do whatever he wants. And he's going to do it. And he's going to do some stupid shit. And we're going to do some stupid shit. And next thing you know, there's no more stupid Chinese knives to look at. Bastards. Yeah, we do. But we have a problem, though. We might have really, really cool tech. And we do have really, 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 really cool tech. The only problem is we don't have any really, really, really real men no more. If they don't start drafting now and weeding them out, we're not going to have an army. Because the first part of it's going to be all drones. It's going to be all drone warfare, electronic warfare. And then the rest of it's going to be whatever, long distance warfare. But until we get some men that will think, this is my country, this is my family, this is my life, this is my world. Now, I'm not saying you got to agree with everything that's going on in the fucking United States, but this is our home, this is our land. Our grandparents, our great-grandparents, our fathers, depending on what your age you are, fought for this place. I have given 6 years of my life for this place. I'll give some more. They need it. But it's all what goes on inside, too, what'll make a difference. You can have the best tech in the world, but you got a bunch of army that ain't worth shit. Your tech ain't nothing. Yeah, yeah, Dean. Yeah, it's been way overdue. This shit should have been taken care of in the 70s with my opinion. To be honest, it should have been taken care of in the 70s. Yeah, some cities would have bought damage. Yes, a lot of innocent people would have lost their lives. But do you know how many's going to lose their lives now? Because back then, there wasn't but 100,000, 100 million, not 350 million plus another 100 million foreigners. But it should have happened then, not now. Like I said, we should be in Jetson cars right now, puttering around with my dog Elroy and shit. Or that was his boy Elroy. His boy Elroy. What was the dog? Astro. Astro was the dog's name. Yeah, we should be bopping around in little spaceships and putting around, and no more money, no more nothing. Just if you need it, you got it, You think about it. If you think about, I'm not trying to get political or weird or communist or Chechnyan or whatever, but think about this. Why do we need money? Yeah, we buy things with money, but we're just trading a piece of paper or a bank swish for something that ain't even there to start with. I mean, it doesn't make any sense really, other than the rich and the poor thing. I mean, you get up, you go to work, you make some shit, you come home, you be with your family. Okay, well, that product you made, get on a truck, go to the store, dude that needs it picks it up. It'd be the same thing. Just you wouldn't need money. Just go get it if you need it. I don't know. Money's just there to say, okay, I did it. That's kind of illogical to me. I don't know. And money's a lot of evil. If there wasn't money, I don't think there'd be half the evil in the world. Yeah, exactly, Dean. Yep. My dream is land in the mountains and off-road choke points. Yep. Totally agree with you, Groundhog. Yep. I just want to be left alone, really. I mean, all reality, I'm not ever going to do anything that's going to hurt anybody. Like when I walk out my door and walk uptown to get whatever. I mean, I'm the old Barney or the Mayberry guy. Walks down the street. Hey, how you doing, Fred? And that's me. Hell, I used to live in Mount Airy, to be honest with you. I did. I lived in Mount Airy from 86 to 90. Oh, Lord. Upper respiratory infection as usual. Sorry, gentlemen, ladies. But yeah, I used to live in Mount Airy, which is where Mayberry came from. Andy Griffith, all that good shit. Uh-oh. Hold on a second, guys. I'll be right with you. This is what happens when I get outside too long in the humid air. It just gums my lungs all up. That's why back in the day, they used to tell all the older people that had asthma and everything to move to Arizona, New Mexico, and all that because it was dry air. And yeah, I don't live in dry air. Okay, I'll check that out. I will definitely do that. Yeah, I understood what you meant. I can read Binglish. I've been writing Binglish all my life. Well, for the 6 people that have hung out here half the night, I appreciate you very much. If I was rich and famous, I'd give each one of you some kind of really cool knife. But I'm not rich. Hell, I ain't got but 20. You know, I just counted my folders tonight. I have 20 folders. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 fixed blades. Had a lot more a year ago. So I started this damn YouTube channel. Nah, I don't mind it. Knives to me, now there's a few they have a purpose. They have a place in my life. And them are just my knives. But the rest of this, it's just what's happened. And some of it I like, and a lot of it I don't, to be honest. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'm having that weird sensation of I'm doing something wrong. You ever get that gut feeling you're doing something wrong, but you don't know what it is? I kind of have an idea what it is. But I don't know. We'll see. Mullen was rarely commonly used during, like Dean mentioned. Yeah, Mullen? Yeah. Matter of fact, I just seen a commercial on that last night. Today. What the leaves can be used for, and the seed, and you can eat the seed. All kinds of stuff with Mullen. Yeah, you got to be up on that shit. You really do. I got a couple Ranger handbooks. I'm going to tell you all something right now. Do you like nutty coffee? If you like nutty flavored coffee, like amaretto type coffees and stuff like that, come fall, go out to your local oak tree, grab you a bunch of acorns, take the caps off, put them in water. The ones that float, chunk them. The ones that stay underwater, pull them back out, put them on a cookie sheet, roast them in the oven. I think it was an hour, 400, 350 or 400. Yeah, I know it's a lot of difference. I should get it straight. But anyway, you roast them till the outside of the shell turns almost kind of black, and they crack. They'll get 1 crack or 2 cracks, one on each side. And yeah, that's one of the things I was about to get to there. And crack it open, get the seed out of it. Then I roast them a little bit longer, just so they turn like a nice brown or black on the outside. And you crush them sons of bitches out. It's the best coffee you ever have. Now, a single acorn has 6 times more caffeine in it than 1 coffee bean. So now we know why squirrels are fucking nuts. Because they're caffeine freaks. They're taking that shit up in their little dens and they're snorting the shit. I know they are. Henry G! What's going on, Henry? Yeah. Whatever you just said, Ground Fog. Shukore. Yeah. Is that the soup? Is what you're talking about? Because there's also a soup they make out of acorns, which is basically like cream of wheat. You do the same thing, except just don't brown it as much. And then you cook it down until it turns into like a cream of wheat, basically. And you add a little bit of sugar or molasses to it, is what the Indian guy, it was an Indian thing I was watching, where he used to make soups out of acorn. but it was a sweet soup. They added sugary stuff to it. Red or white? I don't know because it doesn't matter, I don't think. Now, the caffeine content might differ between the two, but I don't think the white or the red matters because I'm using Swamp Oak, and I've made it several years now, and it's all tasted the same. So, in Swamp Oak, the difference between the white and the red is the white and red get big acorns, size of a quarter sometimes. Our Swamp Oaks down here in the south only get like dime size acorns, but millions of the bastards. I mean, they're everywhere. It's fucked up, to be honest. Heck yeah, I'm addicted to it 6 more times than the coffee bean. And I made the shit. It's really good. It really is. I mean, you got to wait and get your right grind down and everything. If you can get a grinder and get it in your percolator, and you got to know how to add how much to your liking. It's kind of a weak coffee. And what I mean by weak is, like, if you use 3 or 4 scoops right now with your Maxwell House or whatever, I would use 5 or 6 scoops of this stuff. It takes a little bit more to break it down, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, it's really good shit. But it has a nutty flavor. It just has a nutty flavor. Okay. Oh, yeah, chicory. Yeah, okay. Coffee is what I thought. You were talking about it first. Well, yeah, but it's made of acorns. But there's also a soup that the Indians made out of acorns. And it was like a cream of wheat when they were done with it. I mean, it basically even looked like cream of wheat, you know, that same color and everything. Which is full of nourishment and shit, you know, how every plant-based thing is good for you, so. You remember that when you get out there in the wild west and the east and everything else. And y'all know about the satellite that keeps flying over the United States right now, right? The Russian satellite. I know I don't want to bring more bad news to this whole situation, but I feel it's my duty. Russia, just 3 weeks ago now, for those of you who weren't in my last one, sent up a satellite. It's a big satellite. It has the capability of shooting smaller satellites out of it and targeting other satellites and taking out satellites. But the main thing with this satellite is it's a big EMP, and they have it exactly orbited over the United States. So, yeah, it's different orbit every hour and a half, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But the thing still flies directly over DC every so many days. So, there's that. You know, I mean, it's just a matter of time, fellers and ladies. And I hope you all got lots of white rice and taters and powdered milks, powdered egg, lots of barbecue sauce. We're going to need it. Yeah, and then there's them things. Yeah, them bastards with the graphite. You know, I watched a video here after Blade Show. I forget the guy's name, but every time I mention it in a chat or something, somebody's like, oh yeah, that guy. He's a knife designer, been around a while, and he went off about M390 steel, 390, M390? Yeah, M390. About how when they have prototypes done, that's the cheapest steel they offer them for their prototypes is M390. D2 is actually higher in price and shit like this. And he was going off about it, and he goes, what's screwing you guys over is, he says, these Chinese companies are going to put out a premium knife at $200 to $300 to $400, and they're going to give you M390 steel, but yet that steel is priced at what the steel that should be in the knife. And I'm like, what? And I'm listening to this guy, and he's like, yeah, M390 steel, when we do prototypes, they ask us what steel we want it in for price-wise, because they charge us for the prototypes. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure they would. And they said M390 was the cheapest. But yet, when they turn around and put the production model out in M390, it's phenomenal in price. And he was basically telling everybody quit buying M390 steel, try to get these knife companies away from that shit, and then charging the price they think that M390 is worth, blah, 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 blah. So, if y'all ain't seen that video out, I posted it. I did share it to my community or something. But y'all know the guy. All you knife nuts. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He's been around with you guys for a while. Yeah, weapon grades. Yeah, yes they do. Yes they do. Yep. No, they really do. Yeah. And then that back in the 90s. Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of drug bombs. Back when I was in, the big deal was fucking methamphetamines. About how the other side used the methamphetamines, but at the same time was going to airburst it over us to make us paranoid and scared and run away. Probably not going to make us scared and run away. Probably would make us baggy the shit up, send it home, get it sold. You know, Americans always looking for that dollar. I was sitting in a foxhole one day. No bullshit. Nodding off. Sergeant I was with, he was doing watch duty. It was my turn to chill. All of a sudden, he knees me. I wake up. I said, what? He says, you hear that? I'm like, what? It's like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what? He says, listen. All I hear is this shit, you know, just like, yeah, what? Pigs? He's like, yeah, I think it's pigs. We kind of poke out of the foxhole, and here's like a brood of 50 freaking wild boar just kind of coming down the valley at us. I'm like, well, what the shit? And he says, well, look at them. They got big tusks and teethy things. I said, yeah, they're known to attack people. Well, we're in a foxhole. I said, yeah, we probably should think about getting the fuck out the foxhole. So we did. We jumped ship. Ran back up over the ridge behind us. Told the captain what was going on because there was other units down there as well. But sure as shit, he radios them. They start popping iron holes. All of a sudden, here come these 50 pigs running up over the hill. Here's a bunch of guys shooting blanks because that's all I had was the war game bullshit. We're shooting blanks at these pigs, and they're freaking the hell out. Oh, my God. I wish y'all could have been there. It was so fucking hilarious. Yeah. See, I got some stuff. I've got some of the reactive stuff that you need to combat certain stuff, but I don't have all the stuff. Like what you're saying there, Dean. Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of nasty shit, man. And what pisses me off is our country is not secure. None of our borders, seaboard borders, northern borders, nothing has any checkpoints and armed guards and missile systems and nothing like everybody else does. We have nothing. And by the time this shit does hit us, and our government goes, oh, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do? Yeah, we have plans. What are the plans? Well, by the time, it's going to take 2 to 3 months for the dust to settle. So you better have at least 3 to 4 months worth of food. Because until help comes, it ain't coming. Chemical warfare scares shit. Yeah, it scares the fuck out of me, DMP. Even when I did it for practice, it scared the fuck out of me. Because you're there and this shit goes up in the air and it blows up in the air and it rains down on you like rain. Yeah, it's some scary shit. We actually did a live fire at Fort Hunter Liggett in California. What basically happened is we drove through an area where certain professionals were off to the sides in the woods, whatever. And we were all mechanized in 113s. This is before the Bradleys. That's how old I am. I'm still an armored personnel carrier, 113. And we drove through this certain area, and these mortars went off above us. Pop, 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 pop. Shit rained down on us. We did our NBC, which is nuclear, biological, chemical warfare situation bullshit. Closed all our hatches, boom, boom, boom. Jumped in our mop gear. Put our gas mask on. Clear, clear, clear. Now, they had told us a week prior that the agent they were using was a knockout agent. So it was a real battle situation. So therefore, anybody that didn't get their suit on fast enough or their mask on fast enough, basically their mask, was going to whip this shit in and knock the fuck out and wake up with a headache. Well, fortunately, only 2 people ended up waking up with a headache. So we did rather well in that scenario. But yeah, now 50 years later, you know, who knows why I'm having all the problems I'm having? Who knows? From that shit that knocked me out 40 years ago, 45 years ago now. Who knows? Tango Charlie. Oh shit, we're almost there. Man, we're down to 8 people. We only used to have 5. Damn it. Now I'm discouraged. Brown Sugar, you have a good one, man. Congrats on your win. It's a good knife. Fort Ord. Yeah, I know Fort Ord well. Well, I knew Fort Ord well then. Fort Ord, I'm sure, is a totally different fucking place now. Shit was changing a lot when I was in. They were going to all that restrictive bullshit because of that kid getting killed that was a senator's son drinking on the post. Because, you know, you're in the Army. You can drink. You're going to war for our country. You're going to die for our country. You should be able to have a beer. Well, that was general thinking up until about 1984, I think it was. 83 is when it happened. 82 or 3 is when it happened, when the kid got killed. But basically, a lot of our bases back then were open bases. You could just basically drive on through. There was no checkpoint. And you could drink on post at the NCO club, whatever, because they just thought you were an Army guy. I mean, as long as you didn't have long-ass hair and look like some hippie, you could get served at the NCO club at 17 years old. And a lot of people did that until one got killed and was related to a higher-up person. And then they tried to tell all the Army guys and Marines and Navy and whatever, if you're under 21, you can't drink no more. Bullshit. Yeah, that went over like wind. Hey, Shady. What's going on? We're just talking war stories now. Anyway, we were talking knives a little bit, but we do that all week long and all weekend long. I figured we'd change the subject up a little bit and talk about something else. Yeah. And thank you for coming in. And now we're down to 4. All right, it's 2:00 in the morning. I'm gonna shut this cheap shit down. Y'all have a great weekend. I'll see you out there in the chat now and then. Yeah, thanks for coming in. DMP, thanks for rocking in here. Ground fog, as always. The Kaylee's going for it. Yeah, I understand that. All right, then, take it easy, Ground Frog. Nice chatting with you, Ralph. Yeah, nice chatting with you, Ground Frog, as always. Henry G, good night. Yeah, guys, I'll call it quits for this one. Maybe next weekend we'll get a little better. All right. 3. Ice cream. I ate ice cream now. Yeah, you can go eat ice cream now. Hey, no problem, B. Shady. You have a good night, too. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming in to Ralph's Old Knife Cart. We'll see you next Friday. Peace.